choke, no joke. Chicky choke, no joke. Choke. This music scene, we got all the action, all the smoke. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we drop another banger. We got another banger, nice little banger right here. Hey, so I know by now, y'all heard of Choke No Joke. He been making a lot of noise, kicking up a lot of dust. So, he used to be with the Rockefeller, back when they were doing their thing. He was like Dame Dash, a cameraman, personal cameraman, but he did like a lot of stuff, a lot of documentaries, work with BET, MTV, a lot of different stuff like that. But anyway, so allegedly he been blackballed from the industry, making money from like Jay-Z and Roc Nation. So he do a lot of videos and stuff on them, and he go in on them a lot. And so he like people that on YouTube that kind of speak on injustice and stuff that's going on. And so I rock with him. Overall I rock with him. And so, he be dropping some jewels. He definitely got a lot of information and content that, a lot of people don't got. So, y'all go to, his page. I think it's The Real Choke No Joke. Go to his channel, like and subscribe, show him that love. And so, so he got this fixation with Jay-Z and Roc Nation, but I mean, if they blackball him for no reason, then, I say that's fair. But, so I seen one of his recent videos about Jay-Z and his deal with the NFL. I want y'all to get in a comment after this and let me know what y'all think. But, I know a few videos he said he wasn't going to be talking about, Jay-Z, too much no more. He wasn't going to, really be speaking on him. But, I guess he couldn't help it. But anyway, so, he speak a lot in his video. He's speaking a lot of truth and dropping some jewels. But some stuff I don't necessarily, agree with. And some of the stuff I think it's a bigger picture, and certain things that's being done by Jay-Z that he's just not showing his hand on everything. So I don't think Jay-Z is all bad. And so far as his deal with the NFL, I'ma say, Jay-Z probably did some good and some bad. But I'ma tell you why I'ma rock with Jay-Z on this one. Check it out. Okay, so y'all gotta look at the whole career of somebody and their whole, field of work and what they do and what they represent. And not only the stuff they do, the stuff that they need to do. All right, check it out. So basically, how I'm gonna do this to make it more interesting and try to move along quick, I'm just hit on points that not only Choke No Joke, but a lot of people who criticize Jay-Z, what they say about him. And so now, a lot of his stuff is true, but I'm gonna say if majority of the things is not, like if it's more that's not, then if you're doing more good than bad, we're gonna rock with it. Because this world is just a bad world. Sometimes you gotta pay to play, and a lot of times to pay to play, that means you gotta get dirty. You gotta get your hand dirty. Even Jesus had to get down there with the goons and the goblins to go help him. So it's all about the big picture and how it unfold at the end of the day. Is the end define the mean, or the mean define the end? That's what it's about. So check it out. I hope I ain't go over your head. Now look. So a lot of people say, you make a deal with Jay-Z, you making a deal with the devil, he the, Illuminati and all that. Now you gotta think about it. Anybody in the entertainment, movie, film, industry, anything like that, more than likely, their hands is dirty. And they got to make some type of deal. So that's all of them. And so we either got to put them all as bad, or we just say, it is what it is. That's the price of fame. Okay, so, we're not going to say that we expect Jay-Z to be an angel. And, let's see what else. They say, he is just about money. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, I'm not saying put money over people. But one thing about, our race, most time, or the impoverished peoples or the minorities, in certain places, usually they be the ones who be either more spiritual, or have the biggest heart. Like, they don't really understand self-preservation. And so just want to have things doesn't mean that you automatically bad. Now, you could be bad. You could want to have things and be bad, but that alone don't mean you bad. Just because you're a pastor and you getting money, your church is making a lot of money, that don't mean you necessarily bad. But we know majority of them be out there doing their thing. But that alone, it's about what you do with the money, what you do for the community and for the people. And so we're gonna lead these points up to the NFL deal. So this is what a lot of people are talking about. And so anyway, so a lot of people say Jay-Z just a drug dealer rapper. He ain't did nothing. So the thing is, you can't try to keep somebody at that just because they did stuff. We all got to pass. And so the thing is, if he can come from that and do stuff and try to be on a positive track and, try to help people, you can't just place that stigma on them. We all did something that we probably weren't proud of. Whether he proud of it or not, we all did something in our time, back in our day or whatever. And so it's about you changing. Just like Meek Mills. If you change for the better, try to get reform for people, start off with itself. And so anything could be argued. Anything, if you got a voice in media, you can twist something anyway, and you're going to have a certain amount of people agreeing and following you. So people can say, oh, Meek only did it for itself, and it just happened to, to explode to this thing. It don't matter. So at the end of the day, it's about progress. And so, whether Jay-Z was this drug dealer, kingpin, whatever, he never had a job, hey, that's motivation in itself. I don't know too many people who can go through this world without having to have a job. Now, people say, okay, he sold drugs. Everybody ain't smart enough to do it and come out still, how he did. It ain't too many stories like that. And so, it's NFL deal. So, a lot of people having a problem with Jay-Z. They saying he backdoored Colin. He leached on to when Colin was doing the kneeling and stuff that he leached on, and then he was acting like he was for it. Then as soon as he got a chance to make some money, he went and made a deal with the NFL. So for y'all don't know, he kind of like the NFL. They made some type of a deal partnership with him for he could be kind of like the voice for the music and entertainment, pretty much the music for the NFL. And so, Choke No Joke, I'm using him because he had the most accurate information in documentary on Jay-Z and the Rock and stuff like that, and he actually been blackballed by him and allegedly and things of that nature. So we're gonna say he the most credible source, and so we're gonna go with him. He been making the most noise about him. So a lot of his points, and y'all go check this video out that he did. It's titled something, Jay-Z and the NFL deal. And so so y'all go check that out and support that. But so some of the points I do agree with, we'll start with that. The points I agree with. So he say when they did the I guess he's supposed to be the owner of the Barclays Center, and he was like the face and he was promoting it, and pretty much he was saying he only got 0.6% or something, but he say a lot of people got displaced for gentrification. They got displaced. Now I haven't really did the research on that, like what all went to that. Did they get displaced? Did they give some vouchers? Did they help them out, or were they just left out? They just lost their homes or whatever. So if that's the case, I could say, Jay-Z had his hand in that, and he was kind of promoting it. That ain't a good look. That's kind of wrong due to people. Let's see. So that's all alleged. That's how it's 100% happened. If y'all know, y'all get in the comments and let me know. They say certain stuff like he not really the owner of the 40/40 club. He just got a small, percentage. They say he be capping like he this billionaire that he's not. Why would he still be performing if he's a billionaire? Why would he still be touring and stuff? And so so my thought on it is, I don't really, as far as Kaepernick, the Colin thing. Let me go back a little bit. So when he was, I guess they had a press conference and they was asking like about Colin, you know, pretty much you taking him with him, like, has he got a job? Jay-Z kind of was just like, I'm not his boss. They was asking Jay-Z, will you kneel or stand? And they said like Jay-Z didn't answer the question. He kind of like dodged the question, and he said, we passed the kneel thing, the kneeling thing. And so like choke no joke, he said, we not past that, like. And so y'all also said that that it would have been a better look if he brought Colin in there with him as, on a board as a partner, and they could be the face to injustice. And so he was saying like that Colin lost his job because he stood up for injustice. Now, even though Choke No Joke was initially saying that he think that it was for a selfish reason, that Colin just did it because he was getting benched and wasn't getting played how he wanted. But however, like I say, if it led to something bigger, progress is progress. And so he said that Jay-Z act like he was all for it. He was stopping certain people for performing at the NFL. They got down on Travis Scott, big boy, for performing and stuff like that. They said that he turned around and now he made a deal and he gonna make money. Like the people that perform at the NFL don't get paid, but he gonna make money. So let me see what other points they have. What do you say that he never had to kneel? He never been on the front line of a protest. He pretty much Choke No Joke just reduced him to just a drug dealer rapper. So this how we gonna go. Now we're gonna flip it. So if you actually follow Jay-Z and really listen to his music and his lyrics, he always was talking about, pushing the culture forward, pushing the community forward, making it better for minorities, making it better for black people. Even when he's talking that talk, even though when he's talking choppy and talking about the drugs and stuff, he still talked about that. He even dropped certain stuff, cryptic ways. You just have to understand to know it or whatever. And so if you see he elevate. And so people saying that he ain't a billionaire, I doubt that's true. I'm sure he's a billionaire. And even if you don't want to give him that, him with Beyonce together, for sure they well over billionaires together. So regardless, he a billionaire. So you can't say Beyonce ain't got no money, so they got money. So let's get to some of these points. Now Jay-Z, whether you want to give him credit or not, he a genius. So even though he might have sold drugs, but he never worked a day in his life, and he owning a lot of this stuff. He's making all this money, and so yeah, you could say anybody can do this and they sell drugs, but everybody can't sell drugs. Most people can't sell drugs. 95% of people can't sell drugs. 98%, and I don't mean just the act of selling. I mean successfully and coming out and being somebody who actually won. He ain't locked up. He never served no major time in his life. He he probably had a pretty good life his whole life for the most part. Aside from the stress and the stuff that come with the game, beyond that, he living his best life. And so far as him backdooring Colin, now, even from Choke No Joke account, that this deal been on the table with Jay-Z and NFL for about 6 months. So they've been probably wanting to make a deal with him. So you could look at it that way, that he been plotting for a long time, or you could look at it this way. At least he waited till Kaepernick got his money. He got that money from the NFL. So he took the deal after that. So you can look at it like that. I'm gonna make sure that he get his money. So beyond that, people saying you gonna take him with you and this, and he say I'm not his boss. Colin got money to go do what he want. Now he can start a business, and that's one thing we always look for: how to get on their Oscars, how to get on their Grammys, how to get on their team. And so even though people criticize Jay-Z for always being with them and not just starting his thing from the beginning, Dame Dash accused him of the same thing. Like, he said Jay-Z got to take those people check. And Dame Dash said, he just paid for himself. Now, either way, as long as y'all going to the same place and there's progress, y'all shouldn't be knocking it. Now, Dame, he gonna struggle to do it, but he gonna be his own boss. He ain't gonna, have nobody in his pocket that controlling him. Jay-Z, he gonna be controlled right now, have people in his pocket, but eventually, he gonna get to where he going quicker. He gonna be able to help people quicker and more people, and then, he could branch away, eventually, however you want to do it. And so it's all about how you do it. No way really the wrong way. And so if you really look at like Jay-Z career, like the stuff he do is he makes sure it makes sense for him, and people criticize him for that. They say with musically, he just get on remix with artists that's hot. He jump on certain stuff when it's out there. So at the end of the day, most people gonna do that. That's a smart thing to do. But at the end of the day, his star power help a lot of people too. So you could look at the Colin Kaepernick situation and say, oh, he just, got in there and got a part of it to get what he wanted to be able to make a deal. But at the end of the day, that kneeling thing probably didn't go as far without people like Jay-Z and others that's helped supporting it. And so Colin alone, he probably would have got so far. Yeah, he brought it to the forefront. He started it, but you can't say that Jay-Z only benefited from it. And so, what's some of these other points? They say that he don't do nothing. He never did nothing in his community. That Jay-Z got a Sean Carter foundation. He do a lot, for a lot of people. And so, people that criticize him, they never bring that up. And as far as him never doing nothing in Brooklyn and New York and all that, nah, I doubt if he ain't never did nothing in New York. Like, that just don't make sense, Like, they say he never bought nothing in New York. I'm like, I can Google something now. I'm sure I can come up with it. But at the end of the day, who said he has to? Like, Choke No Joke even said that somebody was interviewing Jay-Z and asked him, why don't he buy the Marshy projects? And so some people do it. Birdman did it, but at the end of the day, they was like, his answer was like pretty much like he dodged the answer. But at the end of the day, I remember what his answer was, like, not verbatim, but pretty much what he was just saying, like, it was a bigger picture than that. Like, the projects was made for people just to be able to be there for a minute until they get themselves together, just you passing through. And so at the end of the day, just because he came from that hood, he don't have to invest in that. He can invest in what he want to invest. He want to invest in stocks, he can invest in stocks. He want to, invest in real estate or art, he could do that. He don't have to invest in projects just because he grew up there. Now, he could do other stuff to help. Like, he got the foundation. I'm sure there's other stuff he do. And so sometimes overall, I think Jay-Z do a lot of stuff, but he don't tell his hand. You got to think about it. When you was a slave and you go tell somebody what you gonna do to get back to the master, then the plans stop. So I think a lot of what Jay-Z do is strategizing. If y'all remember that video, he be like, what was it? Dang, what's the name of that video? It was like black and white. People saying it was like Illuminati video. It might have been. But dang, I forget the name. But he say, Obama on the text, y'all should be afraid what I'm gonna do next. So he was cryptic. Like, you might not catch it, but he talking about something. He talking about a big move he gonna do. And so also on that Run This Time with Rihanna and Kanye, Jay-Z say something I tell y'all if y'all was real enough. And so he know a lot of y'all gonna sell him out. He know just telling the information before it coming to fruition, it could plans to be stopped. So I think the reason he's so successful, because he do plot and strategize, and he put himself in the best position, and so he makes sure his brand and his stock is up there. So it's smart for him to get on a remix with people that's hot. I mean, he got to name himself. You can't say like he just some loser who just only getting clout, but maybe he get with somebody who's young and doing it. He get on clout. They giving each other clout. He's stamping up because he been OG and he been this big old mobile and he vouching for him and he liking their stuff. He giving them clout. So they giving him clout too because they still keeping him relevant, but they being stamped like by a legend. And so it's just different levels to this. I just think Jay-Z, really is for the people. I mean, he for his money too, but that's cool. That's self-preservation. Every other community do it. But the thing is, some of them, they take it too far. Some of them oppress you for their self-preservation. And so he not doing that. I think overall he wanted to be even. I don't think he just want the blacks to just to be the best in everything. I think he just want his fair share. So when he say it ain't about black and white, I think that's really how he feel. I'm sure he made a lot of money with white people and French and Germans and Jews and stuff like that. And so y'all know he love money. And so at the end of the day, it's not really for us to tell us for him who to do business with or not, But people might say he did a business with Donald Trump. So people have their views on him. Say he not for the Hispanics, he not for the Mexicans, he not for the black, he not for the minority. And so anybody who make a deal with him or acknowledge him, they just throw him away. So my thing is, it's just different levels. Why not get the money from him, and then later on and still help your people? If we had people to say, I'm not messing with nobody who don't like black people or who look down or did something to them, or I ain't working with them, nobody will be making money because they control everything. They different levels, but they control everything. The grocery stores you go to, the whatever, the clothes you buy, you transport, export, anything, they got their hands on it. And so everybody would just have to not be working, and we probably just be on a barter system with each other with not that much stuff. So it's different levels. So people in positions that can handle it. We probably can't handle it emotionally to be like doing that what Jay-Z doing, because we get caught up in, this not right, and then we'll mess up the money and mess up the big picture. So it's certain people that can handle it, and he one of the people that can do it. And so, if he's doing more good than bad, then salute it. If he's actually doing some stuff that actually help people in the past and stuff, then salute him. He was on the front line with Mike Brown, with Trayvon, and so Choke No Joke say he never was out there on the front line, and so he was. So this is one of the issues I have like with Choke No Joke, because I really like his content and like what he's presented. But when he puts stuff that's out there that's obvious and say he go against it, then he start making the stuff that is legit that he say, like he might make people like feel like, oh no, he just be on some other stuff, because the majority of the stuff he be right about. But you can't go and say he never was on the front line when it's documented. You can't say that he don't do nothing for nobody when he got foundations and stuff, and and he signed artists and stuff like that. So we just can't be emotional as a people. That's why we usually lose, because we be emotional. Sometimes you got to look at the numbers and what makes sense. We always go by what's right emotionally, or what we think fair, and we the only one playing fair. And so everybody come in our communities, open up stores and stuff, and they must, like we could do it. We worry about gentrification, but ain't that stopping us from open up shops and homes in our community. But we be looking to move out to the suburbs, or to quote unquote where it's nicer at, where the white people, where the other people are, or whatever. And so when they come in our community just to make money and take the money back there, we shouldn't be complaining, because we have a chance, we have opportunity to open up and buy back the block, how they say. And so I'ma say I'm still giving Jay-Z the GOAT status. Sometimes he say stuff that be kind of crazy, but stuff have truth in it. Like he say the hip hop done more than like the civil rights. Now I wouldn't say that, but hip hop have done a lot, and then it's a matter of times, it's like pretty much the new civil rights movement. Because you think about all the people that was actually in the civil rights movement, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, they pretty much say them boys sold out, them boys, the agents and all that. And so, at least with hip hop, some people can speak their mind. I know they probably all controlled, but at the end of the day, Meek Mill, he was able to do something with reform. These, Kim Kardashian and them doing stuff like, helping people get out, thanks to Obama and stuff like that. But, we're just different levels. And so it's a reason why Jay-Z is, this big old CEO, and people like me choke no joking us. We just doing, we doing our thing, successfully, and we got our own little success, and we managing just fine. But we definitely ain't up in that tier, that upper echelon, and so we probably wouldn't even want to rub shoulders with people up in there. But for Jay-Z, to make all the money he making, to make the change and stuff like that, the devil gotta sit with the devil, and so I guess if we can get some good out of it, maybe we shouldn't take it if we got a problem with it, or just just take it and learn from it. But because you can't say that he don't spit jewels, he don't tell us stuff we need to know, to tell us about ownership. He don't bite his tongue when he talking about the injustice and stuff. So y'all may say his moves contradict what he's saying a lot, but at the end of the day, his moves is to make money. Like Cardi say, I make money moves. Y'all know if Jay-Z wasn't making no money, he wouldn't be doing those certain deals. And so he not just about to be, no mascot for no company just for nothing. It got to be beneficial to him in some regards. And so, I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Y'all agree with me, or y'all think I'm, I'm just on Jay-Z planters like Choke No Joke say. Shout out to Choke No Joke though. I rock with him. But, I don't have to agree with everything he say, just like I rock with Jay, but I don't agree with everything he said do. But, I'm going to just leave it at that. Y'all get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Go crazy. And hey, look, hit that like button. I don't ask for donations and none of that. I don't do super chats and none of that. But just hit that like button. That's free. Let's get it. Musing, I'm out. Cheers.